Hi, this is Dr. Proactive Randy Gilbert, producer of InsideSuccessRadio.com, and I invite you to take a moment and listen to this powerful interview segment so you can be more proactive and successful.
Welcome back to Inside Wealth Success. This is your host, Jay Aaron, along with my esteemed co-host, Randy Gilbert, founder of Inside Success Radio. Today we're talking with Dr. Joseph Simini, author of How to Become Financially Independent, Your Road to Financial Security in an Unstable Economic Environment. Joe, since this is where your book begins, would you please tell us a little about how attitude impacts our ability to create and maintain wealth in our lives?
Attitude about money, his attitude about what it can do. Most people just don't understand these things because they're illiterate about finances. They don't read financial magazines. They don't read the business section in the newspapers, and they just don't understand what money can do. And what I do in my book is I ask them to change their attitude. First of all, to save 10% of their income. Now, that sounds like an awful lot, but in Japan, they save excess of 20% of their income. Most people don't save very much. And the reason why they don't save very much is that they decide to pay the bills as they come in. And at the end of the month, there's nothing left over for them. So I've got in my book a budget. I tell them to fill out the budget. Then I tell them to turn it around and pay themselves first. The first thing on the budget should be you, because nobody can help you but you. And then you put down the things that are necessary that you have to live. You know, your rent or your mortgage payment, clothes, food, this kind of stuff. And, you know, then after that, the discretionary things. And we tell them, look at the discretionary things. Do you really need all the stuff that you're doing? Do you have to go out 5 days a week to dinner? Is it necessary? Can you cut back to 4 or 3? Do you need a new car every year? You know, these are the questions that you have to ask that are financial questions, as well as other kind of questions. And are you living to have other people think you're a great guy? Or are you living to know that you're a great guy, that you know that you are a great guy, that your banker knows that you are a great guy? These are the people you have to satisfy, not your neighbor.
What do you mean by specifically put yourself first? And here's the kicker for our listeners. How does that look when it comes to money and income?
Well, putting yourself first makes sense, and it's not selfish. It makes sense to you. You spend, let's say you earn $2,000 a month after taxes. Let's just say, use a number. When you get through at the end of the month and you have nothing left, you haven't helped yourself. So what I say is put aside a certain amount of money for you that you can use to invest. And it does something else. If you go to the bank and you put the $2,000 in the bank and you only spend $1,800 of it, the banker says, hey, this guy is trying to do something. When you go to the bank, he says, you have saved over the space of a year, you've saved $200 a month, you've got $2,400 in the bank. You're trying to do something for yourself. And when you really want the big money, he's going to be there for you. Now, how do we get 10%, 20%, 10% of savings? You have to rearrange how you expend your money. You're going to have to look at what the essentials are and what the discretionary expenditures are. Yeah, there's another thing. People say to me, how can I save 10%? And I say, well, what are your skills? And they tell me I can crochet, or I can make little cards for kids or something. And I say, well, do you think you could do this kind of turn this hobby into some way of earning some money? And they say, well, gee, I never thought about that. And so I say, how about going to the junior college and saying to them, I would like to run a class in how to crochet. And they say, hey, we never thought about that. Yeah, we'll pay you to do that. A friend of mine who is a lawyer teaches at night at the city college, and that becomes additional income that he can use to put into this game of saving money. And he does a pretty good job of doing that. And people that go to junior colleges or go to something like Learning Annex can bring to the classroom some skills that they know that other people want to know. In the meantime, they get paid for it. So it isn't just, I'm not just looking at your job income, your normal job income. I'm looking at the fact that you have within your mind some other skills, some other ideas that you can give to people. Just like I am giving you an idea and writing it down in a book, somebody can go in a classroom and teach something that somebody else wants. How to paint, how to draw pictures, how to do photography. There's a lot of ways to do it.
Hi, this is Dr. Proactive, Randy Gilbert. Thank you for listening to InsideSuccessRadio.com. Now I want to invite you to listen to this entire interview for free. All you have to do to get VIP access is to type in the link as you see it below. In addition to this powerful interview, you'll be able to hear many other of your favorite celebrities such as Jack Canfield, Mark Victor Hansen, Robert Allen, Zig Ziglar, and dozens of others. Plus, there are thousands of dollars in valuable bonus gifts just waiting for you to redeem them. Go ahead, type in the link that appears at the bottom and join me in my studio.